Today, we are at a place where people come together from all over the world to look at flowers. But especially at a special flower, a flower that, at its peak in the 17th century, was worth as much as a large Amsterdam canal house. Today, we are in the Netherlands, and we are going to see lots of beautiful colors. Welcome to Keukenhof, the home of the beautiful flower, the tulip. No matter how magical these flowers are and how they can transport you into a dream of colors, as you can see here, you are not the only one visiting the Keukenhof. To tell you the truth right away, the paths are full of people. There is room to enjoy the flowers and take photos. However, it can be difficult not to have someone in the background booming your photo. I will tell you more about this later. First, let's enjoy and look at all the beautiful colors and flowers. Then you will see that it is quite possible to take beautiful photos or videos. I will tell you more shortly about how the tulip became so popular, how you can also visit this beautiful park and what the price is, and whether it is worth it or is it too crowded with people.
365 holiday vibe.
Yes, you can get lost in the beautiful colors. And the way the tulips are displayed in all their beautiful shapes makes it a museum full of living art. And yes, you would prefer to walk here alone, hear the birds in the background, and find peace. But it is understandable that there are so many people here. Actually, a bit too many if you ask me. But the period in which you can see the flowers is quite short. In the last 2 weeks of April, you can see the most bloom. There are actually only 3 months a year that you can experience this spectacle. March/early April. Mainly crocuses, daffodils, and early tulips. There are already large flower shows in the pavilions. Mid-April to late April. The hyacinths and most of the tulips in the outdoor beds come into bloom. Early May. The last tulips bloom and the park is very green. What do you pay to enter the park? Adults €21.50, online, €25 at the ticket office. Children aged 4 to 17, €10, online, €14 at the ticket office. Children aged 0 to 3 can enter for free. Parking ticket €12, online, €14 at the ticket office. So be sure to order your tickets online in advance. You will save a lot this way. Are you on holiday in Amsterdam? There is a Keukenhof Express. This takes you to the park by bus. From Amsterdam, adults approximately €38 and 50 cents. Check the Keukenhof website for more information. You will surely find it using Google. Now that you know all this, you don't have to get lost in the maze of information. And now you have time left to get lost in the maze at Keukenhof. Because yes, there are many more things to do at Keukenhof. For instance, there is this maze, and there is a playground for children. There are also various places where you can get information. You can visit a windmill, and there is a tour boat that allows you to sail through the tulip fields. Despite the crowds, the park is very clean. The toilet facilities are also very clean. Besides the fact that this park is simply very beautiful to visit, the tulip is not just any flower. It has a special history. As I told you at the beginning of the video, in the early 17th century, sometimes just one tulip bulb cost more than an entire house. The tulip mania of 1634 to 1637 is often regarded as the first major speculative wave or economic bubble in history. Why were tulip bulbs so extremely expensive? The most sought-after tulips were not the solid colors, but tulips with flames or stripes. At the time, people did not yet know that this was the result of a virus. This virus made the bulbs weaker and more difficult to cultivate, which kept the supply of these specific broken tulips very low while demand rose. As a result, this also became a status symbol for the elite. A garden full of rare, exotic tulips was the ultimate way to display wealth and good taste. This is also how it works a bit like today's Bitcoin. As prices rose, ordinary citizens, artisans, and farmers also entered the trade in the hope of getting rich quick. Bulbs that were still in the ground were sold and resold multiple times before they even emerged from the ground. Because the bulbs themselves were not physically present at the sale, this was mockingly called wind trade. Semper Augustus. This was the most expensive tulip of all, recognizable by its deep red flames on a snow-white background. In 1637, no less than 10,000 guilders were paid for a single bulb. By comparison, an experienced craftsman earned about 250 guilders a year at that time. Do you realize what kind of times we live in now? Some people pay that amount for a Pokemon card right now. So it wasn't that crazy to realize that so much was paid for this tulip back then. In February 1637, the market suddenly collapsed. At an auction in Haarlem, buyers suddenly proved unwilling or unable to pay the absurdly high prices. Panic set in. Everyone wanted to sell at the same time, and prices plummeted to almost nothing in just a few days. So now that you know everything about the tulip and have seen how beautiful this park is and what to expect in terms of crowds, I am very curious. Would you also like to visit this park and experience it for yourself? Or will you just stick to the video? Thanks for watching. Will you leave a like or subscribe? Lots of love and see you next time.
I came in early, shoes damp with dew. You were already there between the red, white, and blue. Rose like a quilt, pulled tight by the rain. Every little flower standing in its name. And I kept walking past the trimming sheets, past the quiet workers.